Manoto buguma soko bugume Baik In an electric atmosphere, we are at the electric, that is Sports Grounds, home of classic volleyball. We have an electric encounter. Sky Volleyball Club still at the bottom of the table, taking on the champion, two-time champions, that is Sports Volleyball Club, a team that is yet to lose. My name is Shadrach and I'm with Shamira. Quick action right there through the center.
Yes, thank you, Shadrach. Of course, this evening we are going to see so much action in the center, and we've seen it at the start with Sam being on as well. But of course, Potes will be in this game without their famous Emma Okia because he's away with an injury, a knee injury, and we might not see him as much in this second round of the league.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, that is a dent. It's a big dent because these two players, I call them the twin towers. That is Emma Ngwawa and rather Emma Okia and Sam Ngwawa. I call them the twin towers because of their fluidity and the way they play that middle blocking positions.
Yes, but Sky starting up with some fire here this evening. I think they are going so hard for it. They want to go so hard for this game.
Right on Kananura, 1-on-1.
On Daniel.
Daniel is one of the tallest players in the volleyball kingdom here in Uganda.
Yes, it's a beautiful block from him. It's a good start from Sky, I must say, because Daniel isn't a guy that is blocked usually. He just goes so high.
Yeah, so high, and it's brushing off. So it is Sky preparing to serve. Goes for a jump service straight into Duke Chomukama.
Jonathan goes for that very hard push on the dump. It's a free ball. Julius will come in to set Sam once again, but this time Ivan is there on the defense. It's a big swing through the hands, and that is Martin going through Sam's hands there.
I call that tearing through the block.
Yeah, it is. And I think Sam is a player that usually gets a little bit disappointed with himself when he doesn't shut down such balls because the ball is right in his hands.
Mistake. I mean, we've seen a lot of this happening in the previous matchup. That was KCB Nkumba taking on UCU, a lot of service errors. And I was not surprised that KCB lost.
Yes, KCB had a lot of service errors, and it was a tough game for them. They are really struggling a little bit connecting with that team since not having some of their two players around, actually three players.
One-handed pickup. That was taking a swing is Martin once again. Tries to go for the down, but hits it off the net. And it's another one for Sports Volleyball Club. Sports today is donning that's blue and yellow, and Sky is in white and black.
Yes, and Martin is having a very high block to deal with. He's having Sam blocking him there with Daniel Goom. I think that is putting a lot in his mind.
Yeah, that is really tasking. The fact that the blocks are really high up there. I mean, there's a photo that was moving around on social media just last season of Daniel Goom with that monster block. You remember that photo?
Yes, in the finals of the league against UCU, he did wonderfully then. Julius going to Daniel.
Daniel Goom.
Just sending that cannon down there.
Exactly. Unleashes as if to tell it's more like a welcome sight, and I had the roar from the crowd right there after that swing. Look at that, his head is almost above the block.
Yes, and I think he's making a statement after that block that Brighton shut him down in that first point.
Yeah, so Julius couldn't cover that ball. It is a dump. Feathery touch. Sometimes it's not about going for energy. Sometimes it's about the brains that you're using to play the game of the volleyball.
Yes, and it's a good eyesight there from Sky to see that. Oh, Duke fast swing down the line, big swing, and he knows that he's having Ivan on that block, so he's taking advantage.
Not just big, it is also powerful as well. But Duke Chomukama has been one of the best players for this Sports Volleyball Club side. From the time he moved from UCU, he has been putting an imprint on the game.
Yes, good pick there from Kelvin, right to the setter. Oh, tough pick there, but the second referee is calling a line fault there on Sky, and that is on Martin, and that point will go to Sports. But you can see they struggled a little bit to keep that ball in play from Martin. It could have been a wonderful point for Sky, but unfortunately with that error, Sports takes it away. Good defense there from Agaba. Good eyes. Duke, big swing from him. I tell you, Duke is a player that is going to go high and he will go quick.
Yeah, he's right on the money. I would call him an ATM because every time he goes up, he's cashing out. I mean, powerful, and outrageous swings from
Yes,
Dr.
and you can see Manut was a bit late on going for that block.
Sporters at 7 and that Sky at 5. Straight into the libero. Evan Busasa serves position 4. But once again, is that Martin who is shut down? I mean, these Sporters blocks are really so high for these Sky volleyball players. On the other side, you see it is Brighton Nanura, who is a little bit tall in terms of height.
Yes, and I think Martin also struggled to go over that ball. But that's a beautiful swing from Manut. And take a look at who is the middle player for the Sporters side this evening. That is Alan Alinda. He's getting back into the position that he has initially been playing.
Initially from his days playing in high school there in Bahara.
At Intare.
Intare is a very good player at middle, but somehow they transformed into an outside attacker, a role that he has been trying to perform to perfection. But the fact that you're missing Emma Okia right there, it's only right to bring him back to the craft he had earlier started with.
Yes, and hopefully he can be able to step into his role once again, because that is also a position he loves to play as well.
Exactly. I mean, they say a river never flows where it has never flowed before. So for him to come in the middle blocking position, the nerves are just going to be right because he knows where to be. The right time, the right position.
Yes, but that is another service error. So many service errors coming in from both sides, and that is another service error following a service error from Sporters and now from
It's
Sky.
more like, I know it's a mistake, but it's more like any mistake you can do, we can do it way better.
Yeah, it's sort of like a competition. But Sporters is having a 3-point lead, still an early game, so much to expect.
That is beautiful service. Busasa up high on the set. What a hit that was. I mean, we are seeing some signs of fluidity in the setting department, that is for Sky and the attackers. I mean, the connection is starting to show up.
Yes, but I think that there was a net fault there from the blockers, so that is why. Oh, big swing from Daniel, boom. But that ball didn't go over. So it's a play out. It hits the belt and just goes out. So that's another point for Sky, and they're closing this gap. The services are really coming in very hard. I think Sky knows where they lie on the table, and they are really trying to push themselves to go away from there.
Beautiful, comes off the block right there. Bright Kananura, I mean, throws his hand in air as if in anger. He almost had that, but went past him.
But that is Tumkunde. Jonathan bringing in that hit, and you can see he turned back. I think he wanted to go off the hands of Brighton, and he does exactly that.
Yeah, beautiful in terms of, changing mid-air. I mean, that body language, beautiful.
Yes, Sporters now taking that break, and Julius going in for service. It's a good pick. Ivan. Oh, big swing, but Daniel, the monster just shuts him down. I think right now it's not a block. I think Daniel has become the monster in this case.
So should we say anytime we say monster block, we shall say boom? What a boom that is!
Yeah, look at that block, because the hands are over onto the other side and there's just no space.
Boom,
and once again.
I mean, anytime I'm seeing a block from the Sporters side, I'm just saying what a boom that is. Trust me.
Exactly, but that's two blocks one-on-one in a row consecutive.
Exactly.
It says so much about the player.
As an attacker, I know these days you're playing as a libero, but on the Makerere side you're playing as an attacker. If you're an attacker and someone has blocked you twice, what is coming in your mind?
You have to find a way. Surely. Sometimes you don't need to actually go hard on the ball, but that's a wonderful swing through the middle from the backcourt from Duke Chomukama, the youngster. By the way, he's a very young player.
I mean, I remember him his earlier days when he was playing in Serie, that is from Wazei.
Yes.
He used to play from Nkumba right there. They would travel all the way from that is Fort Porto. But he has risen in terms of the ladder and skill set.
Yeah, but let's talk about how strategic a server Julius is. He's one of the best servers of Sporters Volleyball Club, and most times when he comes in on that serve, you know he's going to make several points. He's going to push his team further, and he has done exactly that, pushing that lead to now 4 points.
Exactly, but it is Sky with the service. Dukcho Wonkama, brilliant through the center once again. That is why Sam Wow flying like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. Those middle blockers, the moment you blink, you surely miss.
Yes, Sam is that player who wants to score and doesn't want the blockers to touch that ball as he's in air. So you're going to see so much of him going here in position 1 and 5. He's looking for that space and he's getting it. And he moves at all times, whether the ball is off net.
Duke Chomukama. Those powerful swings. I think by the time he's done playing today, his hand could be hurting. I mean, that is too much power.
But I think that is how you want to see your players playing. Very high jump.
From a replay center.
Yeah.
Remember here, the Sports YouTube channel will give you a chance to see whatever you missed, but somehow that ball is recycled. They keep it into play.
Yes, they do.
Crossing over. It is a free ball. Usasa with option. Beautiful back set, but he is
shut down.
Concrete.
He's shut down. That's the Great Wall of China right there as he shut down. And now Sky is being forced to call their first time out because the game was going quite well for them. But it's now a 7-point lead for Sportes. And that's not how Sky would want this game to go for them, especially being in the relegation zone. They need to be able to get as many points as they can.
This is the second half of the season. So it says a lot about how you play. What are your ambitions? Are you trying to stay up? Have you given up? Because next season you'll be playing in Serie B. It's a different venue altogether, different competition altogether.
Yes.
Because you're here in top flight volleyball, you're rubbing shoulders with the big boys. So you have to play like a big boy, make big boy moves, make big boy noise.
Yes, and Serie B is a very competitive league. We don't usually say much about it, but right now we're having Bugema going up against KU. That's
exactly.
A big
KU,
game as
yeah,
well.
yeah. I mean, it is more of a derby. The both university sides have met each other very numerous times, and it is always fireworks that side on that particular game.
Yes, and now Jonah going for the float service and not the jump service. But that's a beautiful swing from Kelvin, and I mentioned that Kelvin is from OBB. He played for OBB 2 seasons, and then he didn't play 1 season for Sky, but he had transferred to Sky, but he didn't play
for a season.
He was playing in Kenya. Now he's back to play for Sky this season and the second round.
It's a good pickup. I think if you're trying to stay up, you're fighting relegation, you need such pieces of the puzzle, and you need such players like that through the center. But somehow Sportes, the beautiful cover right there, comes in handy, and they pick up the point.
Yes, but that's a beautiful play there, a beautiful defense from Sportes side, and the play that Duke made, it was a little tight, but he's able to send it over. Now Jonathan still in the service box, continuing to float that ball. Setter goes to Brighton. He is shut down. This is the 3rd time Brighton is being shut down. I think the 4th, Daniel, there are 4 times he's been shut down.
Look at that front court. You have a Daniel Gum right there in block. You have a Ngao. I mean, this is a very, very tall block considering the fact that these are high jumpers.
Yeah, and they are moving like they connect so well in that movement. You can see they are moving very, very smoothly together to set that block and close all the gaps.
Exactly. This time they go for the line. And there is that little gap. I call that he chiseled his way through, because there is that little gap that was left by the boom. It's the one that he utilized.
Yes, and that is Martin trying to find a way through as well. But now Sky is having that service, and that is Ashraf.
Goes for a float.
Very lucky serve.
And there is Duke Chomukama percolating, devastating, and hurting them.
Yeah, and he's going through on a 3-man block, something that is very tough, but he just goes energy and he goes through that block.
Yeah, I mean, he has all the right instruments to come and hurt them. He's powerful, he has the flight, and on the front court he's as equally destructive as on the back court.
Yes.
Big beautiful
defense there from Sam. Jonathan coming in from the back row, but that is an error. But you know, middle players are not players that you usually expect to make that defense. But what a play from Samuel Ngwao.
Exactly. Samuel, 100 pickup. I mean, if they had picked up this point, I was surely going to hand it to him, because it's a beautiful pickup right there from him. But Jonah makes a mistake flying in from the back and clatters that into the net. Jonathan Mukunde, one of the experienced players on this Sportes side. His brother I believe just because of work commitments he's missing in action, but he's still a force to reckon with. He's a legend of the game, has won it all from UCU to Sports Volleyball Club. Talking about legends, how many has Sports created over the years? 30 years span.
Several legends,
So
really.
you could probably have
a couple, or Team Dickens.
Yeah, Dickens or Team.
Yeah, and he's there for this game. Of course, the president of the team as well, Warren Manji, big legend in the setting department.
Apart from being a legend, what he has what he has done for this club, I mean, if it was he found the club on the ground floor, trust me, the club is now on the 20th floor.
Yes, but substitution has been made for Sky Volleyball Club. Double substitution, and we saw Mukisa coming in, but then Shafiq just got onto the court and he just flies that ball onto the outside.
Yeah, Shafiq, I mean, you've come on as a substitute is because you brought on to bring a momentum for the team, to make some changes into the team. But if you come in and you provide negativity, surely you're sending your team down the drain.
Yes, but it is set point for Sports Volleyball Club. I think the set has gone quite smoothly for them, and the strongest weapon that they have is actually working, and that is the block. When the Sports block is working, then everything is okay.
So the score is 24-13. And that is it is 13-24. Remember, volleyball, we definitely have to start with the team that is serving. So it is Sky that is serving, and receiving side Sports.
And I think the way this set has gone, it's giving Sky so much to think about on how to handle those blocks, because that is the thing that they failed to work on in terms of this game. But there goes that service error from Martin, and Sports just takes it away. You know, a service error is a free point for a team, and he's just given Sports that point. But I think Sky is going to go back out there in this break and think about it, because I don't think this is how they planned to play today, especially with having their players available, players like Kelvin, Brighton also being around, and Martin. I think they feel they
Brighton can run. Talking about the Sky, the Sky is the limit for Sports at this particular time. They have the fastest set in the back, and I just wanted to send a little shout out. We have a couple of people who are watching, and they are sending in their comments. First of all, we have Wambale Alex, who was the very first one to send even before the game. The whistle went off. That is Sky VC.
Yes, I'm seeing Valo Caroline saying, Shamira, how are you doing, my girl? Yes, I'm a girl. I am doing so well.
Yeah,
Shizo is watching.
Yeah, I have Deke Moses right here. Moses chooses to he's actually is a part of the team that is for Sports and is around. Bring it home, boys. All the best lads. Hashtag Sports to the world. Yeah, Moses is actually the setter. I still don't understand why he's not around. He has been one of the best setters, not one of the best. I believe he has been the best setter in the country for the past 1 year. I mean, I watched that particular game when Nemo was playing. That is Nemo was playing Sports. That is the finals of NCC, and you saw how much of a dent, a gap he left the fact that he was not around. So Moses, we appreciate you. Balo Caroline once again. What does she say?
Yeah, but Balo Caroline is really enjoying this game. She's saying awesome blocks from Daniel. We saw a few blocks there from Daniel, one-on-one. And Daniel, that is why he's there. In fact, he's there to make those blocks. And we see Didri Aguti saying the blocks are blocking. Let's go Sports. Yes.
Mara Nixon saying, yeah, man. And so then Lucifer, that name, Lucifer.
Morningstar.
Morningstar says Sports. Let's go. Immaculate Mbabazi with a hand up. As
she's pushing her team as well. Sports
pushing her team. So talking about the statistics in the first set, we talk about Sports taking the Sports taking the first set. That's 25-13 in terms of points. The first set, 11 attacks, that is for Sports, and 7 for Sky. 4 blocks for Sports. 4 gooms for Sports, and 1 goom for Sky. As no service, that is aces for either team. 10 opponent errors, that is Sports, and 5 for Sky.
Yes, and we see Avalo Caroline. We talked about legends from Sporters, and she's saying Solomon Malinga, Andrew Wandera, Isaac Omedo.
I think I heard a bit about some of them. I didn't get a chance to watch as well, but I know Luke. Yeah, he was part of the Cranes team that is the men's team that traveled to Rwanda into, was it 2021, with Koshila Omriwo Buyungo. And then you mentioned Derek Amos Mpunga, Amkum Dennis, Devi, Chimuli. There are so many, yeah, I believe there are so many, but we are celebrating 30 years of that is a Sports Volleyball Club, but action has resumed.
Yes, and you can see Sporters starting out with that serve. Beautiful spike from Manut off the hands of Jonathan, who doesn't complete that block. And that is a point, Sky taking away the first point of this set. I think they're going to be more aggressive coming into this set because they've seen the fire from coming in from the Sporters side, so they need to see how to sort that out.
Back set. Was that on? Yeah, surely that was on. It's completely locked out. It's completely shut down. He finds the concrete wall, what you call the Berlin Wall, or the Chinese Great Wall, because the Berlin Wall got broken down, but Chinese Wall has been around for a long time.
Yes, and now Julia's trying to look for Sam after that unsuccessful play from Jonah. Good defense from JB. Oh, it's the referee will call a double touch there on the setter. And Sky leading 3 points.
I mean, this is the biggest lead they have had so far in the game. 3-0. I hope with this momentum, they are trying to give themselves a fighting chance and a chance to pick up a set.
Service error from Ivan, and Sporters finally gets a break. And they're going to have a chance to serve again. That is Jonathan going in to serve. But we see Duke has now come onto the front court.
Yeah, so from a replay center. And from our technical team, we give you a chance to watch some of these online balls. This is not EuroLeague. This is not a big league outside. This is a Uganda league, and the Sporters is surely bringing it to us.
Daniel shut down, but Sporters manages to keep that ball in play, and Sam tries to just shut down Manut there, but it's an error on the net. But you can see those blocks against Daniel. Really, Sky has really stepped their game up.
Yeah, because they know what is hurting you. You understand? If you know what is hurting you, trust me, you're surely going to give the right medicine to whatever is hurting you. So if what is hurting you is Daniel Goom, surely work on that block, try to shut him down.
But then Daniel, of course, comes back to make that statement.
Exactly.
And brings in that beautiful swing down the court of Sky. But I think they have improved this set, even if it's still at the start. You can see there's a little bit of
a little bit of it. Back set, beautiful, slicing and dicing right there in the middle. You blink, you miss.
Yes, a beautiful set from Ivan. He knows he's watching where his middles are, and he's following them. And
Shavira, I read the comment here. Omara Nixon, Omara Nixon sides protest the world of Jamaica. Yeah. Daniel Goom once again.
Good defense from Ivan to really just be there. And now setter is off, and Jonathan will go into
Daniel.
Open net, and Daniel just misses the court. Very, very huge miss. And I think even no one expected such a miss. I didn't expect it. I thought that ball was just going to
Shabira,
the ground.
Sometimes when the food is so nice and you have it on a plate, you can slide down because all your eyes are gazed on the food. So for Daniel Goom, I believe the good.
But look at that 5-point lead for Sky. The game is just starting, but they already have a big lead. And with this type of play from the side of Sporters, Sky really is doing well. And they could push themselves. I saw someone saying it's a decisive for me. That's Lucas Simon. But the game has just begun, so we just watch and see.
Yeah, we can't hear Daniel Goom coming off the block, and they can't keep that ball alive. He is onto the outside. I mean, it's about sheer force. The way he climbs up high, these blockers thought he was on the first floor, but trust me, he was on the third floor.
Yes, but Daniel is that player that will keep swinging. Even if you block him, even if you do not, he's going to keep swinging hard until he gets that ball onto the court. the referee is calling an overreach on Sportes there, and Sky again taking this game back to a 5-point lead. I think they're really doing well. They are having the momentum, and they are going to really fire up, especially Kelvin. We know him as we saw him what he used to do.
Oh, how about that combination from Sportes Volleyball Club? It was more of a decoy. I mean, Alan goes up high, the ball is sent into position 4, and the attack crashes off the block.
Yes, it's a beautiful swing from Duke, and good movement from Alan. He's still getting in there, but I think he still has to find a better connection with his setter, Julius. Good play from Kelvin. That is what I'm talking about. Sky is really fired up, and they're going to continue pushing the lead 5 points. Kelvin was one of the most crucial players for OBB that time, and he's back here. You can see what he can do. He's so good on attacking that pipe. Alan,
that pipe is flawless. I mean, climbs the ladder, lets it down, but my oh my! I mean, it is today is a Sunday. I was going to say today is a Sunday, but it's not yet baptism. But somehow somebody just got baptized in the chest.
Yeah, that's a big swing from Alan. It's the first that we are seeing from him. That huge.
Yeah. I mean, he's slowly getting back into his groove as a middle blocker, but that's another mistake right there from Alan. I mean, he just picked up a beautiful point, and he just lost in an ugly fashion.
Yes, and we saw such plays earlier in the morning of taking the lead, but unfortunately for Elion, they were unable to play and maintain that lead, and they lost the set to KCCA.
Yeah, the first KCCA game. I mean, we had that was the first game, but Sportes, beautiful right there. I mean, chiseling his way through, going up against a shorter block, and laces one into the ground.
Yes, and good eyes from the setter, from Julius. He knows that his blocker is having a short block, and he's sending that ball there. But then when Sam moves, that commits Manut to Sam, and then it gives Jonathan a one-on-one block on a shorter block. You can see Manut was a bit late.
Beautiful pickup right there. Options, but that's a rare mistake from a setter. I believe I was called for 2 touches. That is Ivan Butsasa.
Yes.
All the way, a resident, all the way from Mbale.
Yes, and I think
I mean, that beautiful connection from Alan. Exactly. I thought Alan was going to offer an apology, but it was a celebration for his side.
But the hit wasn't as tough as. Yeah,
exactly.
Good pick from Duke.
Oh, once again, that beautiful pickup, but.
There's something Sam has done. I don't know if you saw it there, but there's the time that players do that when they jump facing their own side, but they're playing it to screen the defense so that they do not see where that ball is going.
Exactly. I mean, Marvin tried to go for that ball, but he misses out, and it is a freebie for none other than Tomokonde with an electric hit right there, right into the heart of Sky. Yes. Oh, right there. I mean, just a feathery touch right there through the middle, and still picks up a point. So I think Sky was just.
Did you see that on that replay? Sam jumps and he's facing the other side.
Exactly.
He does that sort of.
Yeah, it's more of I call that a decoy. It's like you're trying to confuse the blockers.
Yes, exactly. I had not yet seen it.
So the center. I mean, I don't think I've not seen a beautiful connection between that is Martin the setter and Emma Ngwa. So brother
Julius.
Sam Ngwa, I beg your pardon, Julius.
Yeah, Julius.
Yeah, Julius the setter. They are yet to find that connection, that fluidity.
Yeah, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not there. It's on and off.
Exactly. I mean, this is a sign. I just want to show you a sign as to how much they are missing the services of Moses. He calls himself the DJ. Exactly.
He doesn't call himself the DJ, but he was nicknamed the
DJ because of the way he mixes.
Yeah, on the sets.
Exactly. So wherever you are, Moses, big shout out. I will recognize you. We are giving you flowers when you still can't. Beautiful connection and
a good set there for Manu. But that ball, the referee says that ball is out.
Yeah, I almost felt, but here we'll give you a chance. You remember we have a replay center right here at Sportes channel. So it is
the ball seems to be
Yeah,
on.
it actually touched the line.
Yes,
It will give you a chance right here from our studios. Sports NSMBYA. Is that on?
that ball also
Outside.
seems to be, when you look at it from here, it seems to be on. But anyway, Sportes has taken the lead of this set.
There is less argument from Sky Volleyball Club, as if to say they really saw that ball had sailed outside.
Yeah, definitely we can see that ball is out, but you can see Sportes has managed to fully close that gap, and this goes back to how Sky has really reduced that aggressiveness. But Jonathan, I feel like Jonathan sometimes wants to be a setter, because you can see how he's trying to miss the block, but then unfortunately Duke is unable to send that ball over. He is shut down by Sky
completely. I mean, shut him down with a receipt.
But I think that's a good set from Jonathan.
It is.
Big blocks from Sky. They need to step that up, because they're just being.
Oh, it's almost, but that is a swallow ball. But I believe Sky has really stepped their game up in terms of blocking abilities, because they have registered a couple of blocks. That defense is no longer being penetrated the way it was in the first.
Yes, I think they've really made a big improvement, because we can see they're already at 12 points and they lost the first set at 14. So they've really moved.
So I think the referee has some decision to make here. It appears as if both sides are calling for a particular call, but the second referee is working towards the first referee for some communication, right on for the right communication. That is the decision from the referee. But we are still at the home of Classic Volleyball. That is in NSMBYA. That is Sports Volleyball Club Arena or grounds. And they are celebrating 30 years this particular year, 30 years of beautiful volleyball, 30 years of classic volleyball. Many legends have come through the ranks over the years, and many are coming up. I saw a couple of young girls here. Actually, one resembles you, Shamira. I almost thought it was your sister.
Yeah, but my sisters are not, they did not play the sport. I have one who plays hockey maybe, but not here. We can see Ivan speaking to the referee there. There's some argument that maybe the ball was on, or
the hand gestures surely try to show that he just gestured him to get back onto the court, because he has really made up his mind on the decision. But as a captain, you're surely supposed to come and state your case.
Yes, but you can see the ball is really on. I think as soon, hopefully, with as we continue to develop this streaming, we might have to have the players actually requesting for a video challenge.
A video challenge. I mean, all these are very possible. It is just this is Sports channel has been around for like a year, and it is tremendous strides here at the home of Classic Volleyball. So I believe so far so good, and a lot is surely coming.
Yes, service there going from Sam NSMBYA. Sam has been very aggressive on his serve, and he's trying to send it to position one. Oh, overpass from Ashraf. He's staying on and letting the libero stay out, but that's an overpass, and
so
Jonathan is just waiting.
He has set a 4-point cushion for themselves, and have called for timeout. That I think you saw. That is the body language. If the middle blocker heads outside and just kicks that net in agony, it tells the story of what is transpiring right here. Sports is holding on to the lead.
Yes, and Sky, this goes back to how Sky has really brought down that aggressiveness that they started the set with.
Started with in the first set. I mean, it is a tale of two teams. They started off so well in the second set, but somehow they have lost their footing. They have put their foot off the gas, and Sports is smiling all the way to the scoreboard. It's a 4-point lead, and Kaluta continue for Sports.
Yes, and coming back from that timeout, Sky on the receiving end, and Sports serving Sam NSMBYA once again, and he's just trying to place that service there. He's trying to look for position one, and he's got it. Oh, big swing from Duke. Manut watches it closely, but there's a little too much power on that return ball, and he just
flies onto the outside. and it's another Sporters point. So despite the fact that Sky just came off a timeout, seems like Sporters just put a second foot on the gas and they are looking for glory.
Yes, and it's a good serve again from Sam. You can see they are struggling a little bit. Tough play there for Alan. He couldn't close his hands.
The attack was a little orthodox. Not so much power and pace on it, but still somehow it goes above the block and drops behind. The Sky point.
Yes, we can take a look again. It's sort of like a dump, but it touches Alan's hands a little bit, and Sam can't get there to take it. JB stepping into that setting role. Was there a touch of the hands yet? No, but yes, there was a touch and there was a net fault. You can see the second referee calling that.
Yeah, now there are different sports whereby if you make a mistake and I make a point, I'm still given a chance to capitalize, like basketball. Yeah. If you foul me when I'm shooting, they get to count that and still give me another chance. I wish volleyball in a moment like that, I'm given 2 points. I wish.
Volleyball is just 1 point, even if you kill the ball.
I know, even if you use a hammer or a jackhammer, even if you make a point with a bomb, it's still 1 point.
But I think that makes the game interesting.
A little more interesting, exactly. I mean, you have to work a lot for 1 point. Up high on the set, climbing up high, slicing. Sam Nkata. I mean, it was the end of last season. There is that Sam Nkata attack. I believe they are still looking for that ball. It either landed on Mars. I'm not sure where it landed, but Sam Nkata has been trolled over the years by Swamp and very many other people because of that attack. Yeah, I mean, beautiful scene right there. I mean, we'll give you a chance. I mean, Sky was right there complaining they never got a touch onto that ball, but here in the technical team gives you a chance to watch that. We zoomed in and we gave you a chance to be the judge, the jury, right there at home.
Yes, service error from the one and only 2K.
I don't think there was a touch.
Come on. The touch.
Yeah, the touch.
There was a touch. You can see on the
direction of, as well as the direction of the ball. If the ball took a slight, deviated a little bit from the block, first meet was a touch. But it is a Sporters in the lead with the service. Alan's back set. There been a particular change up in terms of the setting department. That is for Sky Volleyball Club. I hope this gets to work for them. It pays off dividends, but so far it has not paid off any dividends. It is 20 for Sporters and 14 for Sky. So earlier on, it was a 4-point lead, a 4-point deficit, but now it is ballooning. It is a 6-point deficit straight into the setter. Ball fall back set, comes off the block. Sometimes when your block is a little high, it is also a disadvantage, especially if the attack is not going for power and pace, because the high block gets a slight touch, drops onto the outside for Sky point.
Yes, but I think Sky has really tried to improve this set. Big swing from Alan. Ashraf feels like he almost had it, but this guy is so high up, and I think that gives him a better advantage as he goes for that swing. Substitution coming in, and that is Malik taking out Alan. He's going in for the service. Very good service.
He made a mistake. The substitution, it is not Malik, it is Coach Malik.
Oh, no. At the moment, he qualifies as
now,
Malik.
To you. No. I know.
He's Malik right now.
So Coach Malik comes on, pass to the service, straight up to Kevin, and through the middle. They didn't catch that ball so well, but up high on the set.
Oh,
how high was that? Jonah, how high was Jonah? I mean, his head was way above the net, almost touching the antenna. It just slices that ball, almost going for a line, and it is Sporters in the 20-point zone, and Sky still down at 15.
Yes, Sky reversing that substitution, and Sky reversing that substitution. We see Ivan is back on, and Brighton as well. But Sporters still having Malik in that service zone. It's 22 points and 15 for Sky. Malik is going after Kelvin on that swing.
Off the block somehow.
Ball is kept alive a little bit, but they're unable to bring it back.
Yeah, so in the famous words of NSMBYA, the Krinkum Krankum, the Higi Haga and the Hullabaloo of volleyball continues as Sporters is holding on to the lead.
Good pick there from Jonah. Tough serve there. Big swing off the hands of the blockers. I think he was looking for the very sharp cross-court there, and he gets those hands of Manut. And Ashraf is a little too far to keep it in play. But I think I feel like there's just a way Sky they've been making those blocks, but as the set went on, I feel they
No, I feel like somehow they have lost their footing. Daniel, boom, what a block that is. I mean, he just didn't find the Berlin wall. He found roofings on site.
He found boom.
What a boom.
Let's take a look again. But I want you to see
how high that is. I mean,
he's even sending the hand
towards the block. I mean, in terms of height, you know, South Sudanese are really blessed in terms of height. I mean, on average height, did you know that is those are the tallest people on earth in terms of average height?
Okay, I thought it was Netherlands, but I think it could be South Sudan.
It's South Sudan.
Statistics
on average.
Recently, on average, yeah.
Exactly, on average. If you get all the people in South Sudan, the population and their height, average height.
And that is the set, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Goom finishes it off with a block and with that powerful swing. We've not seen, we saw him make a few swings in this set, but not as much. But then let me talk about Sky. They had a very good start. Big point lead, 7.6,
I mean,
5, and then it continued to go down. And beautiful blocks at the start. They keep starting the set well, but then they I think they lose sight of the goal in the middle there.
Yeah, and the stats whatsoever say it all. It has been a one-sided story so far. It has been Sporters, despite the fact that they missed Emma. That is a big Emma here, a player we commonly refer to as Chifes. He's a very talented player. The fact that I'm missing him today, you would probably think there is a dent for Sporters right there. But guess who comes in and is filling up the boots so well? That is none other than that is Alan Arinda. He features for UCU as a university, but features for Sporters as a club.
Yes, and I think he has really stepped up in his role. He has done well today, being in that position. So
from our comment section, I believe the likes of Wambale Alex, Mutesa Haruna, Thompson Kwikiriza, I think we ended with we have Bright Sticks, you deleted yours. Lucifer Morningstar side, Daniel snap that ball, come on. Thompson Kwikiriza says here watching live from Bukasa. Lucifer once again says that guy, I'm even surprised I'm mentioning the name Lucifer. Morningstar says that guy is back. Shamira, what does Mark say?
Mark
Eminich.
Alan Abak, I'm going to read Alan Abak. Mark Eminich says, what about Kelvin? Yes, I continue to tell you, Kelvin is such an experienced and good player. But I think because he has been away for a while, he's still a little bit, some would say rusty. But I think he's going to get back in that.
Yeah, and he's a little bit blunt, but I know he'll get sharp over time.
Yes.
Back to the second season, and Sky needs a savior. They need a messiah.
Yes, they need someone. But I see Milona saying Sky save us. I don't know, Sky save them from what?
Sky save us. No, we had skipped a little bit. Mutesa Serie is Bogala Vincent Seiba Novawe, they bring others. Bambale Alex, Sky is saving my data. Milona Dax deleted, retracted. Abalo Karen once again, your good friends. Vincente. And Million Dash, she says Sky save us. Alan Abak says, so you leave the forming block and you go for line. I don't remember what that play was. But Nathan Emong watching from Chite Beach. Greetings. Continue powering in those messages. We'll have a chance to read them, and we appreciate you so much for glowing onto this beautiful Sporters channel, home of classics volleyball.
Yes, and Sky once again having a little more errors than the Sporters side, and if you can see those 8 errors that they have, I think they made several of those errors in that moment when Sporters managed to catch up and close the gap and then take the lead. They sort of lost sight of their goal.
Yeah, that's actually brings a lot of frustration, especially into the next set, because it's more like no matter what I do, I think I can't deliver against this team.
Yes, but now Sky starting off with the service. Let's see, Agaba takes it up and Julius will set up Sam immediately. That ball is not kept alive. But I want to say something. Agaba was the best player for Zone 5 last year.
Yeah, I remember the best
Yes,
libero. Yeah,
yes,
there's
the
that
best libero,
photo that they
sorry.
used just a couple of days ago. Trying to remind us it's 42 days left, but I know it is shorter now. But Shamira, CAVB Zone 5 playing in Kampala.
We are very excited for CAVB Zone 5, especially now that Uganda is hosting, and we are just waiting for it. Ugandan teams are going to really put up a good show.
I'm hoping for that, considering the fact that regional competitions had not been here for a while. Despite the fact that we host KAVC MEM, but this time we have more teams that are coming through.
Yes, but that's a big swing from Sam coming through the middle on that overpass. He didn't even wait for it. He's there watching on the net and sends it back. Sky is struggling a little bit to close to take Julius out of that service box, and he's been really giving them some tough challenge. I think the set was a little low from Ivan for Manut, and he
just sails outside. So earlier on we saw Emma Nwao with a beautiful attack. When was the last time you saw Nwao completely get shut down a 90-degree block?
It's been a while since we saw that. Actually, the first round, I didn't see such a block against Samuel Nwao.
Yeah, beautiful cover right there, but somehow Duk Chomukama pierces the hearts of the fans right there. You could hear that throw right there from the fans. They didn't expect him to play that kind of ball.
I think he wanted to quickly send it over and give a free ball, but he went a little too hard. Julius sending that ball to Sam. Quick swing through the middle. The libero tries to be there, but that's too fast. Sam just shutting that ball in the ground. There's just a way. I think Sky needs to find a way to stop Sam in the middle.
No, I think they are slowly trying to give up. That is Sportes. I beg your pardon, that is Sky Volleyball Club. So Sportes is still in the lead, donning blue, and the service from Alan Malinva. Red duel, beautiful back set. There is the dump. How about that beautiful cover from Sportes and the swing? Still covering bad ball. Somehow they keep it alive. I mean, a mega rally is blowing, and is that dump. What a block that is from the combination of that is Buksho Mukama. That was a nice mega rally, elegant piece of play from Sportes.
Yes, and Sportes having 6 points and Sky 1 in this set. I think it's been a good start on the side of Sportes, but I still think Sky could still push because the game is still very young. They can push themselves despite being 2 sets down. Volleyball is a game of
uncertainties. You're not so sure what is going to transpire in the next couple of seconds until when it transpires.
Yes, it's such a game, and it's just very, very early. It's the start. We saw Sky also having a similar start, so they shouldn't give up. The game is still going on. It's just starting, so there's more chance to play for both sides.
Manut floats that ball, picked up by Agaba through the center. They don't have an answer for Nwao.
Nwao is just hitting in all directions, position 1 and position 5. He's really trying to send the ball both ways.
And it is Sportes at 7 and Sky at 2. We are still at the home of classic volleyball. 30 years of painting the court, 30 years of delivering, 30 years of championships.
Samuel Nwao still in that service box, pushing the Sportes lead to 8 points. Pushing the lead to 5 points, sorry. But now Daniel will go into that service box as well.
Floats that ball. Is it outside?
Yes,
definitely outside.
That ball is out. Daniel is very aggressive on attack and blocking, but his service is not a service that you would expect from him. I'm not saying it's a bad service, but
you expect a jump service. Exactly. I would expect a powerful jump service. What a block that is. Very ricochets, but they can't keep it into play.
Yes.
And the problems and the walls, WOES, that's the walls of Sky, continue as Sportes, their lead is ballooning.
Good service, tough serve there from Duke. It's a service error. He's really struggled with his service today. He's had a few services on court, but he's had quite a few on the outside as well.
So it is a beautiful weather we are having. What a swing that is. The connection continues. That is from Julius, and this time with Alan Arinda revisiting his earlier days as a middle blocker, and what a sumptuous attack that was.
But look at the speed at which the game is moving. It was just a few moments ago that Samuel Ngwau was in the service box, but now you can see he's back onto the front court to just add on the total for the Sky side. But that's a good swing down the line from Sky, from Carter Samuel.
Carter Samuel is one of those attackers that are short in stature but have those powerful attacks and a beautiful jump.
Yes, and goes back to the basics of the player as well. Good service there from Ivan. He goes after Duke. Julius, good eyes from him.
It is 11 for Sportis and 6 for Sky.
Yes, but that's a good play from Julius. He knows that the server is a little. He knows that the player in position 6 is trying to watch for the server the other side, and he sends that ball back onto the other side of Sky. Good pick. Oh,
that ball just flashes off. That crashes off the long block of us. That is Sam Ngwau. I still don't know why I confuse Ngwau here. Most times I call Ngwau. That is Emma Ngwau.
Samuel Ngwau.
Yeah, Samuel Ngwau. As from his earlier days playing for VVC Volleyball Club and UCU as well, but he says his skill set was polished so well under the tutelage of that is in Subuga at VVC.
Yes, but Samuel Ngwau is one of the most crucial players for the Sportis side, and
not just for Sportis, I think for Uganda at large, for the national team. His partnership with that is Chifesi has really been brilliant over the years.
Yes, but that's a 3-man block there against Bruto Kelvin. He's shut down. They're watching him closely and they just wait for him to take that swing and they shut him down. Jonathan Tumkunde now going into the service box, and
exactly. So
Sky is just still trailing 6 points behind.
That ball is served, but somehow that long block, they keep that ball alive. It is recycled through the center. Somehow, what a pick that is. Post-court attack and Book Chomukama says.
I think Sam thought that ball didn't cross, but the referee says there was a touch from the blocker Manut, and the ball is kept in play, and Duke manages to give Sportis that point and keep Jonathan in the service. But I don't know. I wonder what is going through the minds of the Sky players right now. I feel that they have so much to think about, especially for Ivan. He's looking for ways to be able to get that point, because we see Sportis is taking a 3. I couldn't even finish my statement about the block.
And it is a 90-degree monster
beautiful block there from Duke. You can see he closed his hands onto the diagonal and shut down Brighton.
Completely shuts him down, and Sportis 15-7 for Sky. It will almost be over in a minute from a look of things.
It's an ace service from Jonathan, but I was going to mention earlier that there are 3 attackers on the front court for the side of Sky, but it's a wonder how the block has
failed. That is the likes of Brighton Kananura.
Yes, Brighton, they're having Martin, and they're having the middle, but then Sportis is taking a 3-man they're having Kelvin on the outside, but Sportis was taking a 3-man block for Kelvin on the outside, yet there are 3 attackers on the front court. So that means the setter is really being so predictable, and also the service pressure is on their side.
Yeah, so I feel the same as well.
And they're calling that timeout.
Called for a timeout. They are trying to go back to the drawing board fix their errors, come back with a game plan, and give Sportes a bloody nose. But from a look of things, Sportes is not ready for any blood nose. If there is anyone who will be giving out bloody noses today, it is Goom and company.
Daniel Goom at Company Limited. But I think it's not over until it's over. I always want players to no. I always want players to remain encouraged.
Yeah, I mean to have some hope.
Can still
because volleyball is a game of hope. Despite the fact that you're behind by over 6 points, you can still come back strong and take a lead. But that swing, I mean, onto the outside, you've just come out of a timeout. You're trying to reduce room and margin for error, and then you come in and produce such an error.
Substitution has come on. Ivan has been taken out, and Mukisa is now on in the setting department for Sky.
17-7, a 10-point lead to the champions. Improvisation set, swing, cross-court, trying to go for the line, but beautiful recognition from Julius, the setter.
Yes, and now the points sitting at 18-7. I think Sportes has really had it very easy with this set and the first set. The second set, Sky really tried to push, but Jonathan has had a good service run. He's still in that service. Block from Daniel, shut down. I feel by the end of this game, Sportes will have more than 20 blocks as a team.
And for Goom, trust me, if they have 20, Daniel Goom should have around 8, 9, or 10 of those.
Maybe 20 is a very big number, but I feel they've really blocked Sky so hard in this set, and I still think they need to find a way.
And Daniel Goom has been the director of defense,
yes,
minister of defense.
Yeah, I feel there's always ways for a player to go for players to find a way against the block. Except Daniel's block is over onto the other side, so it's very hard to play against it. But if you look at the veterans, those mature players, they tend to find a way against that block, hitting it from down. So I still think Sky can still find a way against it and maybe see how to block it. Duke, beautiful swing, cross court from him. He goes so high on that ball.
Goes high above the block. We call that above. But I was talking about the Minister of Defense being Daniel Goom. I think the Minister of Offense has been Bokcho Mukama. Look at that. I mean, he goes up high, elevates, and detonates.
And you can see he's really swinging all the way to make sure he gets as much power on the ball as he can.
Yeah, I mean, Apollo Caroline continues to chase. Charlie, let's go Sportes. Let's go. Charles Muhonja, we are better than them. Charles Muhonja once again, let's go Sportes. But yes, Bokcho Mukama continues his relentless attacks from the right there. Position 4.
Yes,
the same result.
Now substitution again for the side of Sky. We are seeing Shafiq. He's going to come on, and Brighton is going to go off, but it's 21 points. Sportes is just looking for only 4 points to take this game away. It's their first game of the second round, and as we know, they are on top of the table, undefeated, and they've only dropped 1 point against Nemo Stars.
Now, I don't know, I don't have my statistics right, but is there a team that has gone unbeaten throughout the entire season, that is a regular season and playoffs as well? Could Sportes KVC? I don't have that statistic right, but I believe if Sportes wins this season without a loss going into the playoffs and winning as well, they have come out with a pitch they had not yet achieved. But considering that this is their 30th year in existence, they have all the right players, all the right key pieces to make that fit.
Yes, but speaking of winning all the games in the league, Ndeje women did it last season, although they were unable to maintain their win in the playoffs, to take the full victory as they lost
throughout the regular season. The only hard games they had were the ones when they were playing KCC, I believe, when it would reach like 5, and as well as Sportes, a 5-set thriller at that.
Yes,
but talking about Sportes ladies' spatula season, that surely have a lot of questions to ask. I watched them playing in the NCC at the beginning before the season started, and they were showing signs of championship spirit in them. So I believe and I'm so sure this team is going to go knee deep into the playoffs. Watch out for Sportes.
Yes, they will be having a game against KCB Nkumba next weekend on the 26th of January, Liberation Day.
Yeah, Liberation Day. I hope there's some liberation on that day for either teams. Sportes are looking for momentum, and for us the second half of the season starts. It is a dump.
It's a dump. It's a free ball there. Jonathan on the backcourt there. He's able to get that ball through.
Yeah, despite the fact that the height was a little high, I mean, he's a little fast. So I think Julius has to reduce on the height, maybe increase a little bit on the speed.
Yes, and Jonathan is one of those players that love a ball that the pipe to be so quick and a little bit inside. But Sky, the setter looking for all options there, looking for Ashraf. Duke comes in with a big swing again. He gets those hands once more, and there's nothing Sky can do about it.
They don't have an answer for Daniel Goom. They don't have an answer for Duke Shomukama.
And they're still sitting on 9 points since earlier. And
Serie. I mean, this is not a good sight to see a team playing. Say what a pickup, 100 pickup, flying in from the back. Is that off the block? Yes, it is.
But it seems the second referee says that ball didn't touch the block there.
But it seemed to have a red already.
Yes. But it's match point for Sportes Volleyball Club. They've had a wonderful third set with Sky still
so it is a timeout that has been called, so I stand to be corrected. I respect the fact that we're talking about Serie A. Remember, volleyball, we have Serie A, Serie B, and Serie C as well. So Violence has said Squad X last season never lost any single game. So I believe they have a chance. We have to recognize the fact that they came out of Serie C without a single loss, even in the playoffs.
Yes, and they are doing well in Serie B as well, being in the top 4 teams right now in Serie B, having just only three losses. 2. You correct me on that.
One of the losses is up against Bugema University.
Yes, another at Kampala University.
Yeah, Kampala University. I'm talking about Serie B, and there's a game that's going on right there in the corner of your screen. It is Bugema University in black taking on Kampala University. It is a set score is 1-1, but on this side it's a different scoreboard, 2-0 in favor of Sky.
Beautiful service there, but Alan Alinda says we are done. He is in no mood to continue this game, and he just shuts it down.
Alan Alinda, but I think we have one more point, that is to finish the game. Seems like Alan Alinda never got it onto the court. If not, it was a touch or infringement like a little bit.
And then I thought that was it was.
It was on court, but I believe there was an infringement right there. So it is a Sky at 11 and Sportes. It is now or never. That is it on court?
That is it. That is the game, ladies and gentlemen. It is done, and Sportes taking away 3 points. 3 points.
It is done. It is dusted.
Yeah.
It is Sportes, or rather Sky Volleyball Club. They came, but they never brought their A game. And the Sportes that knows what is at stake is trying to make a fit. That has not been achieved by very many teams. They are trying to make it to the playoffs without a single loss. Let's wait until. Remember, they have their arch rivals, their nemesis, Nemo. They'll have to play that game. They have another good team in UCU. Let's wait and see. Remember, here on the Sportes Volleyball channel, we'll be bringing you all those games live. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Anyway, that's been the game, ladies and gentlemen. It's been wonderful working with you, Shadrach. It's been a beautiful game. We enjoyed it, the blocks, and we got a name for Goom as well. The blocks have been beautiful from this side, but I think Sky has beefed up their team, and if they of course, going up against a champion is very
Yeah,
tough.
it's a little bit different.
But I think they are going to put up a fight against other teams as well, and they could push themselves out of the relegation zone.
Yeah, despite the fact that they have beefed up their team, it's more like getting 20 lions, 20 monkeys to attack one lion. At the end of the day, you're going up against a stronger opponent. This is Sportes. They are the champions for 2 seasons, and there is a reason as to why they are champions. So I say, right there in the huddle, I see none other than Warren Mohanji, Coach Warren, also the president of the club, and surely I believe he'll be smiling all the way to the table, considering the fact that Sportes is yet to lose. 3 points. What's on the stat sheet?
Yes, we can see actually the 9 points that Sky got were errors from Sportes. So technically, Sky only made 2 points for themselves in this third set. So that speaks a lot for them as a team and their coaches as well. There's a lot to work on because they need to fight that relegation battle. But also Sportes, despite winning these 9 errors from a team like Sportes going up against Sky, that's also something they need to think about as a team, despite having this massive victory. But I think that is it for the day. Of course, Bugema is still going up against KU. For those who are asking, I see Adome Hussein is asking KU versus Bugema. Warap, they are still playing. And,
KU versus Bugema, but it was 1 set apiece. They are still in the third set. So I believe that is still continuing right there in the corner of your screen. So it is Shamira. It has been a tale of the tape, which is I'm not surprised at the story of the game so far. I expected Sportes to come firing and take this particular one 3-0. It is no surprise whatsoever because Sportes in terms of being table leaders and in terms of being 2-time champions, they are surely the force to reckon with. They are too strong, they are too big, and they are too gifted for Sky.
Yes, but ladies and gentlemen, that's been the weekend. It's been a wonderful Saturday, Sunday, and it's been good to have you guys watching us online and supporting us. For all those that have tuned in. But I remind you that next weekend we are going to have the same setup to bring you these games live. So please tell your friends, tell everyone that we shall be on here with interesting games on Saturday and Sunday. And I remind you that on Sunday we shall have Tigers versus St. Charles Ntinda. That is one of the games that the whole volleyball
fraternity looks forward to. I remember the last time those two teams played. It was fireworks. There were fans all over the place. You could hardly find a place to sit. So watch out next Sunday. My name is Shadrach. Shamira, outro.
Yeah, and of course, Sportes will go up against KCB Nkumba. So ladies and gentlemen, please tune in, subscribe, and let's enjoy volleyball. Have a lovely evening.